Hi my friends, I just thought I should give you an update on how my papayas are going that I planted in the straw bales. It's the 14th of February 2021, Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day, lovers, and all you people with love in your heart, all you good kind people with love in your hearts, I hope you're having a great day today. Hi my friends, you might find it interesting, you'll be able to compare this with how things go further into summer. It's the 17th of November 2020 and I just wanted to show you how I plant my papaya along this edge. So as you can see, I've got my car out of the way. Okay my friends, just to make it even more clear for you, I'm just taking them out of the pots. That's going to be the spacing. That one's got an angle on it, so I can lean that over a fair bit and it'll be okay. And that one too, even I can put a lean on it, just give a bit more sunlight in the long run. And so yeah, that's about how the spacing is going to be. Just basically sitting on a solid block of sugarcane. It's quite solid sugarcane mulch. Showing you how they look now they've gone in. See now, of course, if you're doing this in a more open area, you'd have to stake the plants. Now, because the winds, even when they get big, they can be prone to just being blown over, I think. I'll just wet that some more. Being sugarcane mulch, it soaks up a lot of water. And it takes a fair bit to get it wet the first few times. And then it'll stay wet. Once it is wet, it stays wet for a while, but yeah, it takes a while. Yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you how these go in the next few months. Fingers crossed they'll do quite well. Because I'm happy they got a good lot of length in the stem actually, which is perfect for this spot. So they can quickly get up over that fence. And get a lot more sunlight. Yeah, anyway, as you can see, these bales have rotted down a little bit and the papayas have grown. They just starting to get over the fence now. It's a windy day today. Normally I wouldn't film on a day like today, but I've got my new Rode microphone, so hopefully it's going to be good. And I really do have to film today because I've got some fruit to pick on my dragon fruit. And I want to show you my dragon fruit before I pick them. But yeah, this is how the papayas are going anyway. They've come along a bit. They haven't grown as fast as I was hoping. And that's because I wasn't giving them any dynamic lifter. I couldn't afford to buy any dynamic lifter for a while. But yeah, I've just pulled the car out of the way and I've got some dynamic lifter now, finally. Those brown bags there at the bottom. And there's another one there. That's the stuff that really gets them growing, hey, that really kicks them along. The liquid fertilizer is good and is good for getting extra nutrients that you need, extra trace elements, but this dynamic lifter, it really does lift them up. It kicks them along. So yeah, today I'm going to put just a little bit more mulch on top of these things. Got a little bit of organic sugarcane mulch there. So yeah, just put a little bit on the tops here. Just rotting down a little bit. and it's kind of shrinking right away from the fence line there too. So I'll just stuff a little bit in that edge, just top it up a little bit. See how it's sort of shrinking there, the bales are rotting down, so yeah, just top it up a little bit. You might remember I planted some vegetable seeds along here, beetroot, radish and carrots. Well, I've got some nice little sprouts out of it, but it has, you know, I have picked a few veggies. The radish did the best. It was a waste of time with the carrots, really. There's one of the carrots there. There was bigger ones though, and there was bigger ones than these even actually. These are radishes. I probably should pick them today actually, as soon as I'm going to put more mulch on top. But it did shade out too fast really. These things did grow too big, definitely for the carrots and beetroot. But and better for the radishes. The radishes are very fast. You know, you can plant them and pick them in 2 months. So yeah, I'll probably pick a few of those veggies. I'll just give you a look at this one now, I guess. This radish. See, that's about all I got. It wasn't much. That's just a few veggie sprouts, I guess. Probably was a bit expensive really, especially for the carrots, but you know, some of them were bigger than this. I just got a bit of some micro greens, I guess you could call them. That radish should be pretty nice. I think it's got a bit of size about it. Well, just barely, you know, it's better than a kick in the pants. But yeah, just a bit of an experiment. Oh, that carrot was quite nice actually. I just ate that little carrot sprout, microgreen sprout. Yeah, so yeah, I'll just top that up a bit and I'll give it a good heavy dose of this dynamic lifter. And that should really kick it along for the last part of summer. You know, there's only 2 weeks of summer left. I think, yeah, the end of February, yeah, March will be autumn. Hopefully we'll still get a bit of hot weather. But yeah, the best weather is nearly over now, I think. But we still could get lucky. Sometimes we get lucky and we get a bit of like what they call an Indian summer, where we get some quite hot weather in autumn. So we can hope. But even now actually, it's been a cool summer, I think, in my opinion, around here. It's, you know, it's a little cool at night. We're sort of getting some good summer weather, but also some cool days as well. But anyway, yeah, these things are finally up over the fence, so they'll get plenty of sun in winter. And I'm still hoping to put a bit more size to them yet. And I haven't been giving them much flowering formula. I've mostly been giving them nitrogen. Since that time I showed you when I gave them the liquid fertiliser. That first time I gave them some flowering formula. So there was a lot of punch with nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. But after that I've fertilised it 3 times, liquid fertiliser and just mostly nitrogen. Mostly growth formulas, not flowering formulas. Because I just want to get them to put more size on. But you know, yeah, still a couple of flowers coming out. Yeah, this dynamic lifter is mostly a growth formula. So hopefully that'll punch them along a little bit more, and perhaps in a month or so I'll start giving them more flowering formula. Give them more phosphorus and potassium instead of just high nitrogen. Yeah, these older papayas, these 3 Thai dwarfs, they've been doing okay. I've stayed on top of the fruit spotting bug this time. Well, this one's finally coming along. It was very slow to respond. It hardly had any leaves on it at all, if you remember. It had a nice big fruit on that one. And a flying fox came right down and attacked the fruit and damaged all the leaves as well. So between the flying fox and the fruit spotting bug, it really got knocked around. But it's looking alright now, and it's throwing out some flowers. So, you know, hopefully I'll get one or two good sized fruits for winter, setting soon and picking in winter with some luck. And this tiny little thing, this has finally come along. It's flowering too. Not sure if I'll get a fruit, maybe. Might give me one fruit, which is better than nothing. And this one's doing quite well. It's got 2 fruit already, and hopefully it's going to give me some more soon. 2 fruit a set. And yeah, the Hawaiian Gold is doing well as always. It's pumping out a lot of fruit. It did have a lot more branches. I thinned the branches a bit because it was too thick. So there's a bit better spacing between the main stems. But yeah, that's going to give me a lot of fruit again. I would ideally like to put another steel bar up there too. So I've got a steel bar there supporting it. It's on quite an angle. I'm a little worried it might break. Hopefully it'll be alright, but one more steel bar would be nice. What else? Yeah, got some tomatoes in here. Doesn't get much sun though. I was thinking of spreading them out. It'll be interesting to see if I get any fruit off them. They don't really get enough sun. And I was thinking about spreading them out, but now I'm reconsidering too, because I was just reading something about how tomatoes can spread disease to your fruit trees. You know, and I'm not a real big tomato eater anymore anyway. And I definitely don't want to spread disease to my fruit trees. You know, yeah, I was reading something about how some people recommend not to grow tomatoes near certain fruit trees. Some trees more than others. Papayas can always be susceptible to disease. Yeah, I got me a few seedlings I've potted up there. Custard apple, these pomelos. I'm ready now. I've got potting mix, so I can separate these. They're all like clumped in pots. There's about 3 in every pot. They'd really like to be separated, as I did with these. Yeah, this papaya just grown by wild, bought from seed. It's a perfect place actually. It's sort of just in front of my car. So I've been fertilising it up, and I'll just let it go. Let it do its thing. And yeah, this is the main reason I started filming today. I wanted to show you this before I pick them. So I better pick them today. I've got 8 dragon fruit. If I leave it too much longer, I'll be tempting fate, the birds. They're pretty well, some are very ripe on the plant, others would ideally like a few more days on the plant. See, that one's quite big actually, that's a big fruit. But yeah, I've got 8 fruit up there. And this is my second harvest this summer. And it's interesting, last summer I got about 10 fruit every harvest, but this summer I had to trim some of that dragon fruit away, so I don't have as much dragon fruit anymore, as much dragon fruit plant. I'm not getting as many fruits, of course. But yeah, also you can see the dragon fruit there. Oh, it's hard to see. There's like a real little clump in there. There's quite a few of them just there in that little clump. But yeah, there's 8 in all. And also at the moment these are coming out, and I've got new ones. The 3rd crop has started. It just flowered about a week ago. Finished flowering. Got a few here. I think I've counted 7 of the 2nd crop coming on. A 3rd crop, I mean, yeah, so this is my 3rd crop. I'm about to pick my 2nd crop, and this is my 3rd crop coming on. So that's great, eh? Very worthwhile, very worth growing these things. So yeah, my papaya up there, it's kind of struggling a little bit. Since I gave it full sun, it's been getting a bit burnt. But it should get over it. It should get over it, and hopefully it's going to do real well there now. So yeah, I trimmed some of that dragon fruit back and stuck it out there so it's sort of poking out in the sun. Getting a lot more sun now, so, and that's a marcot, that's a cutting from my big Hawaiian gold. So you know, that's a very productive plant, that one, my Hawaiian gold yellow papaya. So yeah, that's a chip off the old block there. So hopefully I'm going to have a smaller papaya there. It's going to hang out a bit more out in the sunshine and give me some good fruit. Custard apple here. I've got, what have I got? I've got 8, or is it 7? 7 fruit this time, I think. There's one. Yeah, one there. Where are they all? Another one there. Got 2 in there. So what that's 4. Another one just in there. 5. Another one 6. Oh, there should be one more. I've missed one. Pretty sure I got 7. So yeah, 2 there, 2 there, 1 there, 1 there. 3, 4. I can only find 6 right now. But yeah, oh yeah, there we go. There's number 7. So yeah, 3 more than last year. Doing well. And yeah, also today, hopefully if I've got time, I've still been getting nasturtium leaves out of this because it's been cooler. It hasn't been as hot of a summer. So yeah, I've been getting like smaller leaves. Very few flowers, but smaller leaves of the nasturtiums. But now I've got the sugarcane mulch, it's time to pull all that out. And yeah, I'll pull out that celery there, cut it back, transplant it. Well, I'll just pull it out, get it out of the way, fill that up with sugarcane mulch again, and plant them back in it. And those celery will just keep growing, giving me more leaves. But that's pretty well the only thing that's bearing well there at the moment in this garden is the celery. So yeah, I'll build that bed up again, raise it up with sugarcane mulch up to, you know, up to the height of the bed, up to the height of the timber there. Replant that celery, and also I've got a few new veggies I've just bought. I've got some kale there, sweet basil, I love that, as you know, and also some heirloom silver beet, spinach, multicoloured stems, heirloom spinach, or silver beet we call it here. 5-colour mix. So that's going to be interesting. That'll be next to go in this garden. And then yeah, there's still seeds hanging here from my climbing spinach, this long spinach. So as soon as I plant this out again, some of those seeds will sprout. See, there's one just there. Ceylon spinach, I might even transplant that. There's a few in there actually. That's good. A few little Ceylon spinach plants. Ready to plant in my new bed when I prepare it. Yeah, so what else? Well, I'll show you that in a moment. Well, I'll cut off and I'll just give you a quick look at that before I finish this video up. Quick look at what I do when I add some more straw along here on this bed and plant this. But also I'll give you a quick look at the changes now. Look at this. Remember, this was all just overgrown jungle. Things are going to change here at the back. Well, to the side of the house. It's not really the back of the house. Going to be a big team of tree cutters coming in here and trimming all these trees on this fence. Let them keep the happy plant. I would like to get these trees too, actually. There's an ice cream bean tree there. It's starting to get big. And another macaranga. That's a rainforest pioneer. It's kind of a weedy tree actually that just blows in. It's amazing, like we're in the thick of the suburbs, but these trees will just grow wild, you know. And it's proof we'd only have to leave the suburbs alone for 10 or 20 years and go back to rainforest. Well, we had to clear it back, the edge. There was lots of trees that were too close to the fence line. And they were starting to break the fence actually. And it's a contentious issue with the neighbours. None of them like trees around here. It's the suburbs. So, you know, and you've got to keep your neighbours happy. And I had an edge of jungle here that kept throwing branches over into... I've got 3 neighbours along this edge. This southern edge of the property. There's always big branches getting thrown over into their yards, growing into their yards. So yeah, we got some tree cutters in. And I didn't want them to clear this area as much as they did actually, but I walked away for a little while and they got really carried away. But that's okay, I don't mind. I can use all of this area now. I've got so much more space. I'm really happy about this. It's going to be a lot of work, but you know, it's all good for my health. I've got so much more space in here now. I just left the happy plant there. We've got so much more space. I want to plant my custard apple here because it's been in the pot for so long. It's been like 6 years in a pot. So it can finally go in the ground just in front of the custard apple. That's going to be great. And then I want to put a sour sop about there somewhere. So in front of the window there, it'd be nice when it grows and covers the window. Just gives more privacy. Because, oh yeah, you should see it upstairs. It's just so exposed here now. And it's immediately hotter. There's just not as much shade anymore. Yeah, and I've got room to plant more papayas too. Although this area can be very cold in winter. Especially we get a period of a few weeks where we get really strong, cold, southerly winds. Southwesterly winds. So I'm going to put up a screen there. A screen of shade cloth to prepare this area better for the cold, windy time of the year. Hopefully, well, plant some papayas in here. And ideally I'd like some of those blue Java bananas, because they're fairly cold tolerant apparently. And I was thinking they could be perfect to put a few along right on the fence line, very close to the fence line. They'll help to be a windbreak as well. Yeah, so yeah, ideally I'd like to get some blue Java bananas, plant right on the fence line, then plant papayas, then add my custard apple and soursop. So, and hopefully they'll survive the cold westerly winds. Because yeah, it gets quite bitter here for a couple of weeks of the year. In winter, near the end of winter, when the winds come in. So yeah, and that's the edge now. I've got all this extra space all down here as well. You see the neighbours want to put in a new fence there. That was an old asbestos fence, just falling to pieces, so you know, we've complied. It was a terrible fence, so we'll be going halves on a new fence. And I had a huge ice cream bean out the back there. Well, it was jungle. It was like genuine jungle in there, but I got all this space now. It's going to be great. I can plant all my soursops, more room for more papayas and vegetables. It's going to be great. I'll just take it slow. Nothing's going to happen fast. But yeah, it gives me a lot of room. And I can start growing seedlings again. Fruit tree seedlings. I've got room for pots now. It's going to be great. Lots of room, yeah, to grow some more fruit tree seedlings and all sorts of different bits and pieces. More things to sell. Yeah, so that's how things are going. A few exciting developments. And yeah, I'll just switch off now and show you how it all looks when I've topped these up with sugarcane mulch. Okay, I'll just give you a quick look at this. I've cleaned out most of the stuff that was growing in there. So now I'll be raising that all with mulch, with sugarcane mulch. And these are some of my celery plants. I've just left the roots, cut the tops off, and I'll just plant them like that. There's some bigger ones. Cut the tops off. That's some of the stuff I've cut off. That'll just go as mulch. And oh yeah, I've got quite a few Ceylon spinach, climbing spinach seedlings there too that I salvaged. I'll plant those all along the edge and they can grow up that mesh. I've got that mesh there so they can grow up that wall. And yeah, all the veggies will go in soon. So I've got a bale and a half here. Probably 2 bales might have been better, but of sugarcane mulch that I'll top this up with. Hopefully that'll be enough. Yeah, 2 bales might have been better. Yeah, and as you can see, I've just put a bit of extra sugarcane mulch along the edge there, just a bit of a top up. Actually, I could squeeze a bit down up against the fence. There was a fair bit of a gap there. So yeah, there's half a bale in there, doesn't look like it. I think most of it is sort of squeezed down the side up against that fence. And then I'll give that a good heavy dressing of dynamic lifter. And hopefully that'll really kick them along for the very last bit of summer. This very last stretch of good summer weather. Yeah, okay, I'll show you more soon. Yeah, and this is my latest crop. February 14th, Valentine's Day 2021. And this is my second crop this year. So what's that, 2, 4, 7? I think there's 2 more still there that'll be ready in another day or 2. Or 2 or 3 days. So yeah, 7, so there'll be about 9 I think in my second crop. And then I've got the third crops already on. There's already set fruit, so it won't be too far away. Yeah, and some of these are pretty good size too. Can't complain. I'm going to eat one right now actually. Okay, so there it is. Thirded up with the dynamic lifter. And I've done it about as heavy as I can, because like there's only so much you can put there on that edge. But yeah, I've put about 3/4 of a bag of dynamic lifter down. So that's a real heavy third. Give it a heavy hit. It's ready for it now. It should be able to take it now. So yeah, I've just piled it up. It's a few inches high there in spots. Wherever I could fit it, you know, without it just rolling off down onto the ground below. So yeah, it's quite heavy without putting the fertiliser on the stems. Well, there's a tiny bit on the stems, but hopefully that won't be too bad. It's hard to avoid when you're trying to get a lot of fertiliser there. And like it's almost in piles really. You know, it's pointed cone-like piles in spots. To just get the maximum amount of fertiliser I can there on that edge, and that's going to give it a good punch along. See, this is a few days have passed since I did that first part of this video, because we've had just howling winds. We had just freakishly cold southern winds actually for a few days. It's been very strange for summer. And yeah, quite cold. Well, the sort of weather you've got to wear a sweater, a jumper at night, just a light jumper, because yeah, it was, well, I wouldn't say cold, but cool. You know, it was down to like 22 degrees in the evening, which is cool for summer. It's, and just these howling southerly winds. They were just ripping through there. Now all the trees are cleared at the back there. And some horizontal rain too, with those howling southerly winds, but it wasn't getting into a lot of spots. Like that's the south out that way, and the cars usually parked here, so there wasn't much rain getting to them until the last couple of days. So, and even today we've had some good heavy downpours of rain where the rain's just fallen directly down, not blowing in on an angle and getting to all the spots it's missed. Because yeah, it misses a lot of spots when it's coming in horizontal. So yeah, let's see how it goes in the next couple of months. Hopefully we're still going to get some more hot weather. Summer's still a couple of, autumn is still a couple of weeks away. But yeah, freakishly cold weather for summer just recently. Just this last few days, and hopefully, my guess is it's going to start going back to normal soon now. The winds have stopped, we've had some good rains, and yeah, it's just sort of wet season, showery kind of weather. Sunshine, showers, sunshine, showers. Sunny, cloudy during the day. Yeah, see these my papaya there, that's just showing signs of too much water. I think that's because I was feeding up these tomatoes, which is a bit stupid, you know. I'm not even sure if I want to keep those tomatoes now that I've been reading about how they can spread disease to your fruit trees. But you know, but that bit of disease there is just from overwatering. The papayas are getting too much water. I've been trying to pump the water, keep the tomatoes healthy. Oh gee, it's raining again. Oh no! Have to stop. Okay, well hopefully that's all the rain. It was just like a couple of minutes. Oh no, it's still a couple of spits. Dang. Got to really watch that. This camera does not like water. So yeah, it's sunny out there, but we're sort of, that's the west out there, but we're sort of getting sun showers. So I better wrap this up, I guess. We'll try and be as quick as I can. One other thing I want to do is there's 2 branches left, 2 main stems of that happy plant. I'm going to cut down one of those stems today. I find after rain is the best time to cut it and turn it into a house plant. I just put it into a bucket of water and it'll last about a month, and it looks good, hey, it looks good in the house. So I've shown you that before, I'll show you again now. Yeah, I'll just chop one of those. It's time to cut it. It's starting to shade out these papayas. See, like as we're heading to winter, that sun's going to start moving further to the north and getting caught behind those umbrella trees. So yeah, I'll chop one out now, and the last one I'll cut that out in another couple of months, say, just to let more of that autumn and winter sun in on my papayas here. Yeah, that's my, you know, I just showed you my dragon fruit harvest. It was 7, and I said I think I've got another 2. Well, that's the last big one. That's got a good size, that. It's quite a beauty actually. I've been eating 1 dragon fruit every day for the last 7 days, and no, not that long. I've still got a couple left, so 5 days. I've still got 2 left up there. I got that one, that's a beauty, and that one just up there. so which is a little small, but still it's okay. So that was 9. I've got 9 out of the second harvest, and now the third harvest is on its way. I'm not sure how many that'll be, not many I think. And look at this, where is it? There's the 4th harvest already coming on. Harvest number 4. So that's amazing. I've seen another couple in there of those coming out. A new flower coming on. So that's just great. Yeah, harvest number 3 maybe won't be so special, but we'll see. We're getting a few spits again. What else? Oh yeah, my garden. Yeah, my little straw hay bale garden. I finished that, I put the mulch in. So I told you I had a bag and a half of sugarcane mulch. I see it's up higher, but I do like to pile it up high. I do wish I had 2 bags actually. But 1.5, that'll still be okay. But see, it's higher than the edge, but it shrinks pretty quick, you know. Another couple of months it'll be probably, you know, yeah, 2 months or so it'll be level with that timber, and another couple of months it'll be even lower. But yeah, this is a very productive little garden for what it is. Just something I'd like to suggest to friends. If you want to, if you don't have much space. Whoop, is it going to rain? Yep, it's raining again. Hang on. Whew. Well, that was just a heavy little 30-second shower that time. It was quite heavy, but it disappeared really fast. But I'm just still standing here under the patio. There's still the odd drop going on out there. But this will just give you an idea too. Like, this is a shady little spot for a garden. See, look, it's under a patio, so it gets very little rain. Very little rain falls on it. That's kind of, well, it's got its good points and bad points. If my other gardens get too wet, I can control the water here. But, you know, it's nice to get that rain on your veggies too. So, but yeah, it's just an interesting little spot, and it gets very little sun. Like, look, you know, when the sun comes in, there'd only be 2 hours of direct sun. That's all this garden gets, and yet it's quite productive. And being such a tiny bit of sun, it doesn't need much water, it doesn't need much care. And I've found over the years the celery is what does really well. See, these are the old celery plants that I've cut back and replanted in the new garden. I've transplanted them, chopped them back, and in no time they're going to be nice big healthy plants again. In no time at all. And yes, celery does particularly well in here, I find. Some things do better than others, but most of the things I plant here do okay. And I've got the sweet basil there. The kale, I think it's black Tuscan kale. And I haven't tried this one before. That's the multicoloured stemmed silver beet. It's an old variety. It's not a hybrid or anything. It's an old variety, multicoloured stem silver beet. I think a lot of people call silver beet spinach. I think, especially in the USA. Let me know if I'm wrong. But here in Oz we call it spinach, silver beet. So I've got a few of those. I've just tended to keep those in clumps because they came in clumps, and it's difficult separating them in some ways. Well, if they're very small, you know, often I find it's better just to plant a clump and I get quicker results. You know, but if you really want to get value out of your seedlings, it is better to separate them and persevere with them, keep them wet, and transplant them into new pots or whatever. I separated the basil actually. They were clumped up as well, but it didn't work too bad. And yeah, the kale I've kind of planted in clumps again. It just gets faster results, I find. And I like to pack this garden in anyway. So you can see I've sort of got it extra tight, and I'll be picking this within a couple of weeks. You know, I've got my Ceylon spinach there, transplants along the edge. They'll be ready to grow up this mesh, so they can grow right up to the ceiling even. They have done before in the past. And so I get a big thick bunch of vegetables there on the ground, almost on the ground, and then a wall of vegetables as well, a wall of the Ceylon spinach. And yep, this can be a very productive spot. And I've been thinking what I get out of it. Like within about 2 weeks I'll start picking, and I think as an average I'll probably get, for one person, 3 or 4 salads a week. So it's 3 or 4 meals every week for a few months I'll get just out of this tiny little spot. So that's not bad, hey? And I think even if you're a family, doing something like this will really improve the nutrition of your family, for your family, to even spread between a few people. Getting those greens in you a few times a week, even if it's just a tiny bit, it all helps. It's all very important nutrients. You know, as I've said before, you gotta get your greens. If you're not eating some green salads, well, I feel strongly about it, you know. I know some fruitarian friends that seem to be quite healthy, and they rarely ever have greens. They feel they're getting all the nutrients they need from their fruit. But, you know, and good luck to them if they're doing that and getting away with it. But I think, you know, you're pretty well, certainly for most people, I think for them even too, actually, you gotta get your greens. You just need it, you know. If you're not eating greens, you're going to start having problems. Eating fresh, young greens every day, really. You should be, or at least a few times a week. And even if you like, and raw is best, of course. But even if you're not so much into raw and you cook, you've got to add some greens to your cooking, or you're going to have nutrient problems. And one of the big things in greens is magnesium. You know, magnesium is a very important nutrient. A bit of rain again, sprinkling down. A little bit of spitting. Anyway, blah blah. But I'm just saying, yeah, like how easy is this? It's easy. It's simple. It's easy. You know, it's a lot of people would think it's not a good spot for it. You know, but I've made use of a spot that's not much good for anything really, and turned it into a productive little garden. And just very low maintenance, Very, very easy to look after. Hardly gets any sunshine, and yet it still grows quite alright. Okay. I was going to show you some more things today, but I just think the weather's just not quite good enough. So that'll have to do for today. So thanks for watching, my friends. Don't forget to subscribe me. Hit that button on your right hand side, that subscribe button, and get on board, my friends. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Wow, well, that rain just doesn't want to stop today. It's just wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry. Rains for a bit, stops, rains for a bit, stops. Perfect for plants. Plants just love this kind of weather. But I've just chopped one of those branches, as you can see. I've just chopped those two main stems of that happy plant there. I've just chopped one down. Chopped the biggest one down. There it is there, laying on the ground. I'm going to drag it upstairs in a moment, and I'll show you how it looks in the house. I just put it in the bucket of water, and yeah, it's a very beautiful house plant, and it'll stay good for about a month. It'll look gorgeous for about 2 weeks, and it starts sort of waning a bit, but yeah, you get about a month out of it. And that's going to, hopefully that rain stops. I'll just poke my head out. And that's going to, now I've chopped that main stem, it's going to let a lot more sun in from my red papayas there, my dwarf Thai red papayas. And I've tied these back a little bit more, sort of make some more room. And as you can see, just sort of stretched it over more. Make a bit more space for them, because they're starting to get overcrowded now, and the best ones will win, and anything a bit slow, you know, you snooze, you lose, papayas. Any that are a bit slow are going to get left behind soon. Yeah, so that's all ready to roll now. That fertiliser, it should take off, I'm hoping. Over the next couple of months you're going to see a marked improvement. Fingers crossed. And I'll just drag that upstairs now and give you a look at it in the house. So thanks for watching, my friends. Okay, well that's how it looks. That's my biggest and best one ever. Looks alright, huh? Just put it in a bucket of water. Because I used to have a lot of these umbrella trees in this yard, and they need trimming back, so why not put it in the house? You got a perfectly good stem like this one, put it in a bucket of water. I find just after good rain really helps. If you pick it, if you chop it after after a good rain, I find I get about a month out of them. About a month out of them in the house, sitting in a bucket of water. And if it's very dry, I might only get a couple of weeks out of them. But yeah, looks amazing, huh? And I think it helps the air in here. Anything I can do to add to improve my air quality in here is a plus. Yeah, what a beauty, hey? What a beauty. The nicest thing in the house. See, and it's sitting in a bucket of water there. All good. Rock and roll. And that's my latest mango haul. Won't be too many of these left. It wasn't a good season this year. These are a small honey gold. They can be a very nice mango actually. These are not very big and they're $4 each. Wow, hey? Not cheap. And these others were, what are they, pearls. They're not too bad, I guess, and these look like they're in pretty good quality. And that's the dragon fruit that I just picked on my vine just before. It's my second last dragon fruit. Good size, eh? Way better than anything you can get in the stores. Yeah, so hope you find that interesting. Thanks for watching, my friends. Bye for now.